So I just finished reading an article by Choi and Bowles in Science magazine on the evolution of altruism. Altruism is kind of counterintuitive as a feature of an individual in society because that individual doesn't really draw any direct benefit from it. So there's always kind of been a puzzle as to how human beings evolved their altruistic traits and how other species that exhibit altruism evolved that, although sometimes it turns out that the altruism isn't actually altruistic in some species that we've studied. Humanity, at least, definitely some members of the species exhibit genuine altruism. Now, the interesting part is that they argue that altruism couldn't have come about on its own, that it required something else, and that something else that they found in simulations was warfare. Ordinarily, if all humans were individuals and they just interacted with each other as individuals, the steady equilibrium that people would evolve toward would be people who were tolerant of other people and people who were not altruistic. In other words, they traded with everybody. You know, there wasn't any, I'm not going to trade with you because you're a funny color, you talk different, or anything like that. And they weren't nice, though. They didn't just give stuff to other humans. They would require something in return. They would some sort of trade. So they weren't altruistic, but they were incredibly tolerant as well. That would be one equilibrium. But humans, as we know, are social animals, right? They don't interact as individuals in lots of situations. And the two traits that Choi and Bowles found to evolve together were what they called parochialism, which basically means you value the group in your value system somehow. You know, there's the other. There's the people that you go to war with because they speak funny or they look different or, you know, they live on that land on the other side of the hill. Whatever it happens to be, they're the out group and you don't trade with them. But within your own group, you're altruistic. You're willing to sacrifice your life for the group in war, for example. Now, as long as you have these groups, even if only a small percentage of the time you actually have warfare, altruism is going to help out. As you know, anytime you have a group and one person is willing to sacrifice himself for the rest, it's basically your model soldier. Which brings me to I guess my point here at the end, which I kind of thought interesting, was this sort of gives us a view into the warfare-welfare state. The same actors in Washington who are invading Iraq, or more recently sending a whole bunch more troops to Afghanistan, are the ones that are telling you, you should, help out your neighbor. We need to work out these companies, the in-group companies. We need to bail them out, do these altruistic things to help out other people, and at the same time, people that are different, attack them. So, sort of an interesting thing. Kind of makes me wonder if we'll ever be able to get past the whole welfare warfare thing to a totally individualistic society. And would you really want to live in a society without any altruism? I don't know that I personally have a problem with that, but I think sort of a lot of people today would. So what are your thoughts? Do you think altruism as a personal characteristic is worth warfare, or would you toss it out if you could avoid having any group conflict? put your comments down here. I'll put a link to the article over here. And thanks for joining the discussion.